or believed to be dead. That's why under this law, the Director of Public Prosecutions at this stage can only be involved where somebody is missing or is believed to be dead. As in contradistinction to C, where somebody has been determined to have died. And my lady, if you read the entire section 386, the DPP is not properly before this court at this stage. It is until the police have forwarded all the information to your court, including the report. Indeed, they're the ones to file. That is when the Director of Public Prosecutions can then be engaged to assist the police. So this affidavit should be considered as part of the report that is required under Section 386 of the Criminal Procedure Code. But in order, you should take it very seriously. If the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is not speaking in tandem with the Director of Criminal Investigations. The investigations were carried out by the Director of Criminal Investigations. They are the ones who know where death occurred, where the body was found, where the body was examined. And it is their duty as the police to then report to the nearest magistrate. And I plead with you, Your Honor, to contextualize this very negative behavior.
Your Honor,
This
do
very-
oppose.
No, please, I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet.
Just the language.
I'm
it's
on
not
my feet,
negative.
I'm on my feet. I've been in this thing for long. The word negative has nothing to do with the undermining the authority of that office. I'm just saying they are being very negative. In circumstances where for the last 4 months, you can just feel the pain of the family. The last 4 or 5 months, they have been all over with the police, trying to determine what caused the death of their daughter. For 5 months. And when we are just about to get somewhere, then you got this kind of behavior from the Director of Public Prosecutions. On the basis of no evidence, no law has been quoted. You are simply being told that you have no jurisdiction. Where will this mother sitting in court, where will she expect justice? And who will speak for her daughter? Who will speak for the daughter except the father, who are sitting here in court? Who are getting the same kind of experience that when they went to Lamu, that there was going to be a charge of murder registered in a court of law, only be told that the Director of Public Prosecution has changed his mind. And now they come here and tell us that the filing of this inquest was by mistake. And it is being said from the back. I cannot believe that somebody can walk from the office of the Director of Public Prosecution and file an inquest, register an inquest, and then say it was a mistake. Yes, yes. And Your Honor, you would find that the police actually did the right thing. On the 16th of September 2020, the police notified this court. They wrote to the chief magistrate as required by the law. And the letter reads, and I want to say this in context of the law that I've just read. The letter dated 16 September 2020. The letter addressed to the Chief Magistrate, Milimani Law Courts. Inquest number 2 of 2020, disease, Patricia Tekra Muigai. The above matter refers, in reference to my letter dated 25th August 2020, notifying you about the death of the late Patricia. So it is the police notifying the magistrate in accordance with the law. And about ongoing investigations. I hereby forward to you the duplicate inquest file for your perusal and necessary action, as per the letter dated ODP's letter, which is referred to. So in these circumstances, the letter is in sync with the law, considering this letter and the previous letter. So, Your Honor, I've gone a little bit beyond the affidavit, but this context is important for you to understand why we have this affidavit, so that the court will begin to understand the behavior and conduct of the Director of Public Prosecution in trying to withdraw this matter, which is competently before your court. And instead of answering and responding to the affidavit of the mother, which they have in their possession, and which Mr. Ringo has underlined, instead of answering that affidavit, responding to that affidavit, they now want this court not to have very important information coming from the mother. So I plead with you, Your Honor, let the family have peace through this court, for them to know exactly what happened to their daughter. And there is nowhere they can go other than report the matter to the police and come before this honorable court.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, in a brief rebuttal to my learned senior colleague, Honorable Senator Orengo, Your Honor, let it be clear and let it go on record, Your Honor, that we are not resisting any information, including this affidavit, Your Honor. Your Honor, the issue that I raised first, and that's the determination that the court I asked for it to make that determination first, is to establish whether this affidavit was filed, Your Honor, and it is in the court file, so that then there is a basis. This is a court of record, Your Honor. And any information that is submitted from the bar, we have to establish whether it is proper before you, Your Honor. And therefore, Your Honor, we are very categorical, Your Honor, that, and it is not the intention, and has never been, of the DPP to want to know the truth, Your Honor. In fact, it buttresses our point why the DPP directed an inquest to be done. And I agree with my learned colleague, Mr. Mboya, that the nature of an inquest is inquisitorial, Your Honor. It is to gather all the truth. Your Honor, we do not take it lightly, and we appreciate and acknowledge the parents of the deceased were in court. We also empathize with the loss of their daughter. And we are not taking it lightly. The truth of the matter is that, in fact, it is the DPP who wants the truth to come out, Your Honor, so that the family can be at peace. Their daughter continues to rest in peace, and not to find ourselves in a situation, Your Honor, that it's implied that we do not want that truth to come out. So the fact of the matter, Your Honor, is that indeed the reason why I raised that issue of the court to make a ruling is that there will be a proper basis that has been laid. The issues that you're going to address in this affidavit do not touch on us not wanting to get to know the truth. Your Honor, from the reading of section 386 of the CPC, 387, which, Your Honor, the law speaks for itself, and most importantly, 388, which acknowledges that the DPP, in conduct of an inquest, may direct to emphasize that the DPP may at any time direct a magistrate to hold an inquiry in accordance with section 387 in accordance with section 387 into the cause of a particular death to which the provisions of that section apply. And shall in the case, Your Honor, there is an and, Your Honor, and therefore, Your Honor, that submission that has been made by my learned colleague, Senator Orengo, that the DPP may only direct a magistrate in in the case of a missing person believed to be dead is totally interpreting the law selectively. There is an and. You know, the principal witnesses in establishing the truth, Your Honor. That's why I'm really avoiding getting into the merits and just what to make that ruling so that we argue. But the point I'm emphasizing, Your Honor, is that the DPP wants the truth. And Your Honor, this truth will use this evidence. We all know that at the end of an inquest, two scenarios can take place. On the independence of the magistrate hearing that inquest, after having heard all the parties who have been involved, will have the final say and will have the benefit of making that determination and say either from what I've heard, from all what has been abused, or what the witnesses have said, court can direct the DPP this matter should proceed either for whatever outcome, whether it is murder or manslaughter. And whether, Your Honor, the inquest should be closed. We have precedents that have been there, Your Honor. The late Senator Mutula Kilonzo, where an inquest took place and that determination was made. Your Honor, therefore, I'm very perturbed, Your Honor, by the remarks that were just made that it is the DPP is trying to resist this. That's absolutely neither here nor there. We are guided by the Constitution, Your Honor. We owe fidelity to the Constitution. In fact, we acknowledge the Victim Protection Act. And that's why there is usually a close nexus, Your Honor, between the victims of a crime and we stand here submitting that in implementing the Victim Protection Act, the concerns of the family, the father and the mother are here, is that the truth should come out. And Your Honor, there is one thing that we usually say, that the truth shall set us free. All of us. It will set free my learned colleague, Senator Orengo.
It's from the Bible, not in
I'm from the Bible. It's from the Bible. In fact, I've just confirmed that Senator Orengo reads the Bible. It is from the Bible. Your Honor, so therefore, it is our humble submission that indeed, whatever you are canvassing here, it's an issue of points of law. It's an issue of jurisdiction. It's an issue of the ability of the principal witnesses to travel. It is the ability of who has the capacity to travel and ably so. So, Your Honor, those are the issues, Your Honor, that we want to canvass. Not any innuendos, not any suspicions. Your Honor, this is the first time I'm appearing to canvass this particular issue for you. And Your Honor, I'm guided. And I've learned a lot and I continue to learning every day from my learned Senator Orengo. What does the law provide? We are in an adversarial system. He's going to make his arguments. I'm going to make my arguments. then you correctly interpret the law. So, Your Honor, whatever we are conversing here, I want to make it categorical, clear, that it is just on issues of law and the interpretation of the provisions and the surrounding circumstances that entail to ensure that an inquest is conducted in a just, fair manner and in a timely manner. And who is going to facilitate, Your Honor? The witnesses, their ability to book flights from Lamu to come here, and so forth. But the gist of my point, Your Honor, is that
Your Honor, one is giving evidence because, as far as I know, most of the witnesses are in Nairobi and Naivasha. Most.
Let us restrict
Yeah,
our-
let me, I'm going to restrict myself.
So you should not give evidence.
I'm going to restrict. So therefore, Your Honor, as you retire to make that ruling, let it come out that indeed what we want to converse before you, Your Honor, is the truth to coming at final.